Brian Deegan, the Godfather, here with us right now. Brian, we're out here at the compound. This is, I guess it's compound number 2 for you guys.
Yeah.
You're about to be in compound number 3.
Yeah.
That's where all the training goes down, huh?
Yeah, pretty much. This is where all the guys learn their tricks. We have everything you need back here. And yeah, you know, we had the original compound, and it just keeps growing, and jump parks have grown so much. And in my backyard, we have wall rides, all the ramps you need, big dirt landings, dirt takeoffs, so it's a good spot to train.
Well, speaking of growth, the Mulisha has just become almost synonymous with the sport itself, and you're the pioneer behind that. Did you have any idea 10 years from now we'd be here talking about the Mulisha and this type of impact that it's having?
And I think when Mulisha started, we always knew it was going to be something to deal with. I always thought, you know what, I'm going to make it entertaining and yet keep it real, and it's grown so fast that I have kind of lost control of it, you know, and it's cool to see all the boys are still friends, and everyone still hangs out, and everyone's growing up together, you know, so it's cool.
Yeah, the family mentality, it seems like what started out as just a couple buddies doing some freestyle stuff has turned into becoming the premier riders of the sport. You're adding racers into the mix now.
Yeah.
And the Mulisha, talk a little bit about just your guys' role in motocross, period. I know you've talked about it with Sal on occasion about kind of good guys, bad guys, and what you play as a role in the field. Talk a little bit about that and what it means and where you guys are in that forum.
When it all started, it was, you know, Pastrana was the good guy, you know, we were the bad guys, and then when it started, it was mainly myself, Twitch, Feist, not many dudes, you know, so it was always that battle, and it just helped build the TV, but yeah, it was real, you know, and we did have good battles, and it was all about competing with Pastrana and those type of dudes, and I think we set a standard, and you know, people followed it, and all the kids hung on to it. They wanted to run Mulisha, and then they picked their favorite dudes, and it just took off.
I want to take you back. LA Coliseum a few years back. You're racing.
Yeah.
You beat Ricky Carmichael, who many consider now to be the greatest racer of all time. You've come out, you've really made freestyle your domain.
Yeah.
Talk about if you stuck around that racing circuit, where would we be seeing Brian Deegan?
Jeez, I think I was before my time in racing.
Yeah.
And it just happened to where I came out, won the LA Coliseum, ended up beating guys like Carmichael, Bowman, and Ramsey, just good dudes. And I came out and I walked away and started freestyle motocross, which I thought was going to be more about us and personalities, and it took off. But I don't know, you know, if I kept racing, I'm sure I would have got on a team, and it would all kept moving, but I don't think it could be any better than the decision I made. I took a chance, and it paid off.
Where does X Games fall into place in terms of the growth of Mulisha? A lot of people say they go hand in hand with each other. How imperative is that relationship between X and you guys?
I think X Games, like the Mulisha was around before X Games started, but X Games was the launching pad for us, and I really think it helped us get out to the public and really show people that we're not just a group of guys that, you know, have a rebel image. We're dudes who can ride dirt bikes and compete and actually, you know, win medals. And it's just one of those things. X Games was a platform for us, and we took advantage of it, and we helped grow and helped it grow. So we've been there since the very beginning, you know.
Yeah, you've had some big X moments, 03 obviously. What stands out in your mind is that X moment that you're always going to look back on as definitely the best and brightest?
Yeah, for X Games, it would definitely be the 03 year where I pulled the 360 in the Coliseum. Yeah. Came out the next day to win best trick, and that was like kind of a perfect scenario, and you know, I walked away without getting hurt, and that was you know, always a good X Games when I don't break bones. So it was cool. It was a good time.
Well, speaking of injuries, I don't know if anyone in the Mulisha or motocross period has gone through the trials and tribulations medically that you have.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing that you're out here still competing. And where do you owe that to? Great doctors?
Yeah, good doctors, and just a good mental game, you know. Like, I've been through a lot. I've almost died 3 times riding dirt bikes, and it's one of those things where I just mentally make myself block it out, come back and ride. I still love riding, you know. I've been riding for a long time, and basically helped start the sport. So I just still enjoy, like, the guys come over and ride in my backyard, and I still enjoy the sound of dirt bikes, and it makes them want to ride. So go out and ride with the guys, and I think they respect that, and you know, it's all good.
Now, obviously, you can't ride forever, but you've got a sweet thing going on here with the Mulisha and how it's growing. You guys even have a fight team now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when you look back at your career and what you've been capable of doing, and like I said before, being a pioneer of the sport, really, what are you going to hang your hat on as what you did for the history of this thing?
Geez, if I was to be remembered for anything, I would have to say it was starting in the sport. Taking a chance walking away from racing when most guys wouldn't have done that. I raced all my life since I was a little kid, won championships, and I just walked away from the sport. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to start something new, freestyle motocross. Along the way, built the Mulisha. I guarantee you Mulisha is going to be a brand that's going to battle all the big action sport lines, is going to be around forever, and we're always going to dominate action sports. And, I'd say definitely the Mulisha and freestyle motocross. I mean, none of them are ever going to stop.
And before I let you go, just the impact when you see guys out at your events with tats who aren't even a part of the team, just fans, death before dishonor, and stuff like that, and just the Mulisha logo. I mean, what does that do for you?
That's cool. I look around and I know we've made a huge impact when people have Mulisha tattoos all over the world. Everywhere I go to compete and travel, I see dudes running, Mulisha tattoos. And, it's gone as far as me tattooing my signature on dudes and kids, dude, so many kids named Deegan. And it's just a trip, dude. Because I'm like, all I do is enjoy riding a dirt bike and taking a lot of chances just to kind of, I don't know, do it for myself and just see, how far I can take it. And it's gain that respect from people where they just want to claim, that whole vibe.
Absolutely. All right, man. Hey, well, always a pleasure.
Right on, yeah, sure.